On the eve of the 20th anniversary of September 11th, we're looking live at the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. Around Metro Atlanta, Georgians are honoring those who were killed. This morning, firefighters from around Metro Atlanta are joining together to climb Stone Mountain. About 100 firefighters and Atlanta police officers are coming together to honor the first responders that were killed trying to save lives that day. They'll begin climbing at 9 this morning. Survivors are reflecting on how they, along with the rest of the world, changed.
The U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and also the Taliban's return to power really complicates the emotions of that day. CBS's Bradley Blackburn is joining us live right now. He's in Lower Manhattan with a story of survival. Bradley, good morning.
Revere, Rob, good morning. We are right above what used to be Ground Zero, and at this site there is now a memorial park, a museum, and a gleaming new tower. But 20 years later, there is also an entire generation that has no personal memory of 9/11, and that makes it even more important to listen to the stories of the survivors who were right here.
20 years after the September 11th attacks, the world will pause to reflect and remember. But Paul Conlon lives with the memory every single day.
There is something about anniversaries that, I guess, focus it. You do remember it a little more.
Conlon was an FDNY captain on 9/11, one of the first responders who converged on Lower Manhattan after the attack. His crew was moving towards the burning buildings when one of his men was killed just before the South Tower came down.
It was just a matter of, running and not really knowing what was collapsing.
Tomorrow, the president will be here at the World Trade Center site to remember too. The nation united after 9/11. 20 years later, there is deep division.
Jack Grancola's pregnant wife died when her hijacked plane crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
This country was united from sea to shining sea. And today, maybe now would be a good time to let the divisiveness drop, let the knee-jerk vitriol drop. Just take a minute to pause and look deep into your own soul.
Nearly 3,000 people were killed on 9/11, making it the deadliest foreign attack on U.S. soil.
And this is more than a memorial. It is also the resting place for many of those victims. The medical examiner keeps the unidentified remains of victims here at the site near the footprints of the towers. Just this week, they identified 2 more victims. A reminder that this story goes on even as we stop to remember. Rob, Gravir, back to you.
Yeah, really remarkable that 20 years later they were able to do that, and everybody remembers where they were that day.
Yep, absolutely. Bradley, thank you for that report. You can watch live coverage of 9/11 commemorations throughout the morning tomorrow right here on CBS 46 starting at 8:30 a.m.